What's going on, guys? Welcome to Rhino's Stuff. I'm Rhino, and I got stuff. And the stuff I've got today is something that I have indeed looked at in the past, but my other one is at work. So when I got the opportunity to get a new one, I said, absolutely, I would love to make a video for your extended monitor setup thingy. Let's check it out. So in this box is one of those dual monitor things you attach to the back of your laptop. It like folds out and plugs in and all of that good stuff. So let's see what we get in the box. Alright, looks like we got two 14-inch monitors here, 1920 by 1080, 60 hertz, 300 nits of brightness, and 1001 ratio of contrast. And you can see here, this is pretty much how you get it set up. It's got a back plate here that attaches to a laptop. We're going to show all of that in this video. I did not show that the last time I made a video for one of these. Got a little stand here, and the two monitors kind of swing out to the side. Got a nice chunk of foam. We got the bag it comes in, and it is nice and pleathery. We do have some nylon handles here, and a pocket on the back, which from experience is big enough to hold everything in. Got a USB, USB-C cable, USB to HDMI, USB-C to USB-A, another USB-C to USB-A, and another USB-C to USB-C. We've got our user's guide, and yes, it does show you how to connect it to lots of different things. And we've got our quick start page here. Yeah, it shows you how to operate it, and well, that's about it. And here's the actual screen extender itself. It does come strapped closed with this nice Velcro strap. Now both screens are identical, so I'm just going to kind of zoom in on this piece right here. That's going to be the connection ports to connect it to the computer, so check it out. We got HDMI, we've got Type-C 2 and Type-C 1. And like I said, it is the exact same on the other screen. And here we've got the back of the unit. This is the kickstand that will hold it up, and you do need to use the kickstand because the hinges on your laptop there are not going to be strong enough to hold this entire setup in place. So you do kind of need a little bit of a tool here to dig underneath and pop it out. And once you've got it popped out, you twist, you pull, and you rotate it back in. Like so. Or like so. And yeah, that locks it in place, so it's not going to go anywhere. Nice. On the top of the unit here, each screen does have its own volume rocker, and it's just a little rocker thing. It does not roll. It goes one way that way, and it goes one way that way. There's the other one, see? On the bottom of the unit, what'd you see? We got speakers. So yes, each screen also does have its own speakers. Take a look here at the entire device. Here is the left-hand side screen. It does have a little protector there. I will be pulling that off in a moment. I want to see here. This is the right-hand side screen. It's got these two little rubber doodads here holding it in place so it doesn't just flop out. In order to do that, you kind of pull it apart because this is spring-loaded. Check it out. Whoop. And lift. And there you can see this is the back plate. Left, right, storage 1, storage 2. And yeah, you just kind of pop this onto the back of your laptop. Bloop. And one more thing before I actually put this to use, right here at the top, this is the little lever thing that goes over the top of your monitor, and it holds it in place. Like so. Now, as I mentioned, I did a video on one of these before. I did not show the actual connecting process because it was kind of hit or miss. The directions weren't very clear. Looking at the directions here, they do appear to be much better, but just for the sake of those 5 or 6 people who are going to question it, I will include that part right. Right, so as you can see, I now have them both connected here. The little rubber tabs there on the side of the screens do actually wrap very nicely to the monitor that's already on my laptop, the laptop screen, if you will. Now I'm going to get the little kickstand set up so nothing falls over, because if I let it go now, it's going to fall over for sure. All right, they are officially set up. They are not wobbly or anything right now. I'm going to peel off little peel and stick screen protector things, and let's connect those USB-C cables to port Type-C 1 on each screen. You got red light. Haha. I now officially have 4 different screens set up here on this laptop. I've got the 2 new ones that I just put on here, and I've got my other one here that I use as my main monitor. So this is pretty awesome. Let's get these things situated real quick. All right, now I've got them set up with the left-hand screen, first screen, or main screen, right-hand screen, and then the screen back here is the 4th screen. So I can go all the way across. That's pretty stinking cool. So there's several different ways to connect this. You can do the straight USB-C to USB-C route, or you can use the USB-C to USB-C plus USB-A to USB-C plus HDMI cord. Now, I'm going to try it both ways first. I'm going to first start with the two USB-C to USB-C cables. In order to do this, you have to have two full-fledged USB-C ports on your laptop. And I think that's what some people are getting confused by, is you actually have to have the ports on your laptop in order to use both screens to their full capacity. So taking a look here at the system all put together, I do still have it connected through USB-C and USB-C because I'm lucky enough to have both of those ports on my computer. If you don't, you will need a dongle of some sort. You're going to need to have a USB hub, and that's okay. Those aren't expensive, and for what this is, it looks really great, and I think it would be worth it to get a little hub so you can get a little bit of this three-screen action here. Now, I was not able to get the sound set up properly. I can listen to either the left side here or the right side here, but I can't listen to them both. I think that's something limited here in Windows 11. I've looked it up, and there's lots of different ways that you're supposed to be able to do it, but none of those have worked for me. If I choose, I can have audio from here or here, or I'll just, keep it coming out of my laptop speakers because this laptop actually has pretty decent speakers. So you can see here, the screens look really sharp. On this side here, on my screen number 3, I've got my OBS set up, so hello, you can see me. Now I'm looking at you in the camera. And over here in the middle, I've got my little YouTube thing pulled up. I don't know, you might have heard of me. And over here, I've just got a script that I used a couple of days ago when I made a video for a 2-in-1 card reader. So yeah, you can have these 3 things set up with different things, and it is extremely super 100% handy to have them both. So here we are taking a look at the screens themselves. On this screen here, I've got my OBS going on. I've got a script for another video I was working on going on over on this screen. And here in the middle, of course, is my YouTube channel. You might have heard of it, Rhino Stuff. You're watching it right now. And yeah, it looks great. These are some really high quality screens. There is like zero glare. There is less glare on these extendo screens than there is here on my main laptop screen. I really like that. So if I absolutely had to use this in a very bright, well-lit place, I wouldn't have any issues with that. It looks pretty good. Refresh rate here is 60 Hertz. So yeah, I'm going to play back a video real quick. And yeah, we'll just pick this one. So yeah, audio there, if you couldn't tell, was coming straight out of my laptop. It was not coming out of either the left or the right here, because in Windows 11, it's virtually impossible without a lot of finagling to get stereo sound out of 2 different USB-connected devices. If these were both connected through the same USB port, then yes, the stereo sound would work. However, the way these are set up, you get sound out of this or sound out of this. Now, if you're watching a movie or something, that might be pretty handy to just have the movie audio coming out of one speaker here while a movie plays on that screen, and then have the other screen there be some sort of other audio, like the computer itself audio. That would work just fine. I'm gonna go away now. So built into these things, they also have a menu. If you press and hold for 1 second, you can see we've got a brightness, a audio, we've got aspect ratio, we've got OSD settings there, language, position, vertical, scaling, all of that stuff. And we've got color temperature. As it is, the brightness here at 50% looks pretty darn good to me. And both of these do have that. You can also press and hold this button on top, and it turns the screen off. That's pretty handy if you only want to have one, or if you're into a privacy sort of situation. Yeah, you can just turn a screen off over there. Pretty good stuff. So this has been the S2 triple screen extender. It's 2 screens, 14 inches. You attach them to your laptop or another monitor, and they just work really well. Like I said before, they are 60 Hertz. You're not going to do any hardcore gaming on these, but that's not the person these are intended for. These are intended for the users like me who need those extra screens to keep like a script on, to keep some Excel sheets on, to have a YouTube video on over there to show me what I'm doing in Photoshop on the main screen. These are for productivity. These aren't for gaming, and keep that in mind. The speaker situation, where you can only have it out of the left or the right, it's not really a big deal. If you're going to be spending the kind of money you're going to be spending for a monitor setup like this, you've probably got some pretty good speakers to begin with, so you shouldn't be too worried about it. It is kind of nice that you can set the different option there of having it come audio from USB-C 1, USB-C 2, or the HDMI port. So you have 3 different options there for the speaker for each of these screens to listen out for and to play through. So that's pretty cool. I like that a lot. I love that the screens are not frosted. They're just not glossy. They are very matte finished. They look amazing here in my lights. Compared to my actual laptop screen, which has, I think, 98% RGB proficiency, something like that. I can't remember the exact term. The colors are pretty spot on. Just looking at it right now, the yellows are a little bit more orangey. There's a little bit more red to the color than there is on my main screen, but you can adjust that in the settings. You can set up your own little profile for each of these screens. I think that's amazing. I really do like this. The S2, super easy to connect. You guys finally saw it. You connect it to your USB-C and a USB-C. That is by far the easiest way to do it. The other way to do it is to use the USB-C to HDMI. And you've got to use this USB-C to USB-A. USB-C, of course, connects to the monitor. USB-A connects to the computer. HDMI connects to the computer. USB-C connects to the monitor. So it's got several options for you to use. If you want to also use this with like a Switch or some sort of handheld and you want to be able to play whatever's going on your screen onto the computer or anything like that, you got this right here and you can connect it that way. It's got options, the S2. Pretty good stuff. As with all my videos, links will be down there in the description. You guys can like, subscribe, and all that jazz. I will see you all later. Bye.